There is this game called Piggy. It has a Christmas update, but let's ignore that for now. And despite being just about 5 years old, it's still doing pretty well. And when I play it with randoms, I still see people struggling on this game. I know I made a guide before, but to be honest, it was just a let's play with not much guide stuff. But now I've improved. So let's try this guide again. It's been a while since I used this music. Hello everybody, this is 99 Korea here, and welcome to Piggy. Yes, I've done this game before, but let's be real, it's just a let's play more than anything. And I'll have those videos unlisted, but you can see them in the link in the description. And now, how this guide will work. Mostly if you're following the main chapters of the game, I'll be mostly playing this on bot mode and alone. As well, I will not be using any glitches, so I'm trying to make it authentic as possible. And of course, I'll be mostly going over this game on PC, as I'm not a child. And of course, I don't hate myself playing on console and on mobile. But just in case you do hate yourself, or you're playing on mummy's iPad, well then, too bad. But just in case, don't leave. You still need to know where the items are, in which room and in every single location. And of course, where to use them and escape. And then after all that, show you one round from start to finish. By the way, there will be videos on how to play as Piggy, all abilities and traps, finding all pages and notes, and finally, all the secrets, extra chapters, and hidden endings as well. I'm not leaving any stone unturned in this guide. And with that, let's begin. Before we go straight into the first chapter, it's best to go over the basics. First, controls. Piggy has the default control scheme of WASD to move and space to jump. Next, if you press control, you will crouch. You can also click this button, which is meant to be for mobile users, and with this you can crawl through vents and anything with a low ceiling. But as well, you do go slower, so only use it when you have to. Now onto doors. Nope, not that game. These doors. If you click on them, you can open them, and if you click them again, they will close. This is actually very useful, and I'll tell you why later. And that's not the only thing you can click on, as you need to click on items to be able to pick them up. And also, to be able to use items, this door for example, there's two ways. Equip the item and then walk up to it, or have it in your inventory and then click on the door. And that's how items and locks and even doors work. And now onto abilities. On your left there is a bar, and it slowly goes up and fills one section in every 10 seconds. And you can use certain abilities once the bar has been filled up enough. For example, Sprint, which needs 6 bars to be filled. And by the way, this is the default ability, which gives you 3 seconds of a speed boost. I will have an entire video on abilities and traps by the way, but you can only have 3 abilities at a time. So that's all you can do as a player. Now the game itself. In every round you have 10 minutes to escape the map, which is just enough time to escape. And if that time does run out, nothing really happens. It just says game over, and you get kicked back to the main menu. But I will admit, 10 minutes is plenty of time. I can mostly escape all maps in about 4 minutes. But as well, when escaping, you're not alone. After 30 seconds are up, this thing appears. Hello, Piggy. Right, in bot mode, Piggy is, well, an AI, and there's 2 different types, which I like to call Chaser and Patroller. And you're going to deal with the Chaser one for about 16 chapters, and we'll talk about the Patroller on Book 2, Chapter 5. So the Chaser is quite simple. Whoever is the closest, Piggy will chase, and you can't even hide either, so no hiding like a little coward. And if Piggy gets you, game over. And then so, how do you deal with Piggy? There's multiple ways. First, the player is faster than Piggy, so if you do get caught up, that's for you being slow. Another thing to deal with Piggy is to close the door behind you, as Piggy, especially the bots, take a while to open the door, giving you a chance to run away. And there's one more, which you can stun Piggy by using various items, which most chapters do have. and I will go over how to use them when we come across it. And that's mostly the basics. So now let's go over what we've been waiting for, Chapter 1.
Well, this is the place that Georgie Piggy was last seen. What was that sound? Oh no. I've got to get out of here.
So the house. When the round starts, you will spawn in this little bedroom, and there's really nothing in here, so just get out as soon as you can. If we go across the hallway and go to the door to our right, we'll be able to see the escape door. And if you get rid of all the obstacles in the way and go through it, that means you've escaped the map. As well, this is where Piggy spawns, so don't go anywhere near it in the first 30 seconds. Now onto the floors. In total, the house has 5 floors. The ground floor, first floor, the attic, basement, and the garage. And yes, I'm calling it the ground floor because I'm British. And this is just a heads up so we can find the items easier. Talking about the items, let's go over them. I'm going to put them into 3 categories: area unlocking items, escape items, and miscellaneous items. Area unlocking items are like keys, key cards, and the plank. Escape items is what you need to escape the map. For example, for the escape door, we need a white key, key code, hammer, and wrench. And miscellaneous items is like stun items, ammo, and any other keys that don't really need to be used. For example, the purple key for this map. But we're going to go over them anyway, as well some items might be in 2 categories instead of 1. For example, the hammer and wrench. And that's the 3 categories. Now let's go ahead and find these items. Right, so finding the items. Some items are guaranteed to spawn at a set location, while others will have multiple guaranteed spots. Of course, chosen at random, just to make it a little more unique every time you play. Sometimes you might find a random item early or later. In the house, there are 17 items in total. 8 of them are area unlocking items, 6 of them are escape items, and the rest are the miscellaneous items. And we're going to go through an order where you're probably going to find the item around this order. So let's go find these items, starting with the green key. The green key has 3 set locations, and we'll use the escape door as a reference to find them. So our first location, go up to the first floor and across this door, and on the table is the first green key location. Our second green key location is across the ground floor and literally right here when you go into this kitchen. And our final green key location, turn left, open this door, go past this dining room. If we look to our right, there's the kitchen. But if we open this door, and here's our final green key location. And again, finding the green key is great and all, but where do we use it? Well, back to the escape door, turn right to this door, and across this hallway, we have a locked door where you need the green key. I guess a quick tip to finding the green key is a thing I'd like to call the green key rush. Yeah, the name's terrible, but hear me out here. So when the round starts, sprint towards this little vent here and you'll be able to see the first green key location. If it's not there, keep going across the hallway and open this door. There's a bathroom in here, and there's some items we need in here for later. Of course, if they spawn here, but that's not what we're after. What we're after is this vent here. Go through it and you'll go down to the kitchen, where you can see the second green key location. Again, if it's not there, turn around and go over here, go right and open this door, and there's your final green key location. And then go to the other side of the kitchen, past this living room area, and there's the green door. And that's how easily you can get the green key, which I like to say, the green key rush. So now, what's behind this green door? Well, it's the red key. The red key will always spawn in this room right here. And so let's go straight to the red door, which we need to go straight to the main room and climb up to the first floor, keep going across the balcony and up another flight of stairs into the attic, and here's the red door. If you unlock it, you can find multiple items, but the guaranteed item in this little room is the cyan key. Now, the game calls it blue, but this is actually cyan. And to double check, yep, it's cyan, because this is blue, and that's cyan. Anyway, where do we need to go for the cyan key? Well, we need to go all the way back down to the ground floor, by stairs and or the vent, where the third green key spawn is, and into the back garden. Now it's snowing because I did this where the Pigmas event was still going on, but this shed here is where you use the cyan key. And inside you can find items, but the main thing to focus is this gearbox here. We probably need that for later, but now we know it's there. So now that's those 3 keys done. And the highest chance you'll get those 3 keys first. So now what should we go after next? Well, earlier in the attic, you might have seen this outline, that something might need to be placed to get to the other side. As if you try to go across, or even dare to jump, yeah, you die. Even though going through this vent here, you can survive the fall, but let's not worry about realism. And so to get across, we need the plank, which can spawn in 3 locations. Our first location is where the bathroom is, and the plank will be in the shower, which I recommend you do have a shower in real life, as you probably haven't had it ever since 7 months. You stink. Alright, after insulting you, our second location is in the garden, which you can see near the shed, just in this corner here. And our last one is when you unlock the red door, which is funny because you're literally right there. And as well, on the outline, clicking on it or holding out of your inventory, and it will place automatically, you'll be able to go across the other half of the attic. But be careful, as falling off will kill you as well. So now what's on the other side of the attic? Well, if we go to the door to our left, we can find a laser gate. And if you're wondering if you touch it, yeah, you get it now. But you can see there's items behind it. So, if we follow this black wire here, and past this door, we can find this contraption here. This is called an electrical lock, or that's what I call it. And to deactivate the laser gate, we need the wrench. The wrench has 3 spawn locations. Our first location, using the exit door, will be in the basement, which is down here. And if we take a left, and into this little room, there's the wrench right here. The second location is behind the red door, which spawns right here. And the last location is inside the shed. And with the wrench, you can deactivate the laser gate, and also on the escape door, you can disable the electrical lock here. And so with the laser gate deactivated, sometimes you might not be lucky, and no items will spawn, but our next item will be the orange key. It has 2 locations, and the first one is behind the laser gate, and behind this well here in the back garden. And so where do we use it? Well, using the escape door, we need to go to the basement and go to our right, where we'll find an orange door, which unlocks the garage. But we have not unlocked everything yet. If we go back to one of the wrench locations, you might see this plank of wood, covering up a long vent. And so what do we need to use to get rid of it? Well, we need the hammer, and it has 4 locations, which our first location is in the garage. And if we open this door, and there's the hammer. The second location is behind the laser gate. Our third location is behind the green door, right next to the red key. And the last location is inside the shed. And so with the hammer, you can knock down that plank of wood in the way of the vent. And crawling all the way across will get us to this little area here, and to the garden. And break the 2 planks on the escape door. And with that, we have unlocked all the areas. Now let's worry about that escape door. Of course, we already wrenched and hammered our way through it. Now we need a key code and the white key, which first let's go and get that key code, which is locked behind this yellow safe here, and so we need the yellow key. And it has 4 locations. First location is in the garage, just over here on the floor. Second location in the basement, next to the long vent. Third location inside the shed, and the final location in the attic, just over here. And of course, the yellow safe inside the basement, in the corner here. And inside is the key code, which you can go straight back up and use it on the keypad here. And now onto the final escape item, the white key. So how do you get it? Well, inside the shed is that gearbox, right? And you can see the red and green are a little transparent. And so we need to find them. Let's start with the red gears, which has 3 locations. The first one is over here, past the kitchen, and on this round table in this living room. Our second location is in this dining room on our left, and it's on the floor in between these chairs. And the final location is inside the garage over here on this shelf. And of course, put it in the gearbox. Now onto the green gears, which also has 3 locations. The first one is behind the laser gate. The second location is inside the garage on this bench here. And the last one is right next to this purple safe after the long vent. And of course, just go up to the gearbox and place it in. Once you have both the red gears and the green gears, if you go up to the well, the white key will appear inside this bucket. And so you can use the white key for the escape door. And if you use the hammer, wrench, key code and white key on the escape door, that means you can escape the map and win the round. But we did not go over all the items. You might have realized on the background you might see this purple key and some bullets. And so, let's go over the miscellaneous items now, starting with the purple key. The purple key has 4 locations. The first location is inside the kitchen, over here near the window. The second location is inside the bathroom, in the corner here. The third location is inside the basement, near the orange door, on this bench here. And our final location is in the attic, inside the room with the electrical lock on this round table. And so, to use the purple key, you need to go through the long vent, and on your right is the purple safe. And inside this purple safe is the Second Amendment itself. It's more funny that most of my viewers are American. And so with this gun, you can shoot Piggy. You can shoot Piggy. Why is this not working? Right, of course the gun will not have any bullets inside it, and so we need to find them. There are 3 bullets in total, and they're scattered around in 4 locations. First, right next to the purple safe, is bullet number 1. Our second location is inside the shed, on the shelf. And the last 2 locations is in the garage. One here, and one there. And so, when you equip the gun, picking up a bullet will make it disappear, and that means it's been loaded. And so you can shoot Piggy and stun her for 20 seconds. And since there's 3 bullets in total, you can stun her in a full-on total of a minute. But remember, do not miss, as it will waste a bullet. And of course they don't respawn. So only use it if you're in a terrible spot, and or if you're playing with a player Piggy, shoot them as they're camping the door. Just remember that they will not be stunned forever, and they will still go straight after you after the 20 seconds are up. And that's all the items. And so, with all that knowledge, let's go and play a round of Chapter 1, The House. Oh no, I've got to get out of here. Anyway, first thing of course is to do the green key rush, which I've checked all 3 green key locations and of course it's the furthest away. While I was walking to the green door, I found the purple key and the plank. Purple key being in the kitchen and the plank just being outside near the shed. But no matter, we still got to the red key within the first 30 seconds. And after obtaining the red key, our favourite Pidge decides to spawn. And you know I had to use this music. But if you can traverse this house quickly, you'll be completely fine and not get caught by the Piggy. Just remember to shut the door, as it will slow down Piggy significantly. And since we got away, time to use the red key. And only the sign key was in it. Okay, well let's go all the way to the shed. After unlocking it, sadly there's also nothing in here except bullets. And so I picked up the plank, and Piggy was ready to ambush me. And so I used this well to get around Piggy, as again, just go straight for you instead of trying to be smart. And so we're going to go straight all the way to the attic. While I place this plank down, Piggy is right on my tail and, with a little positioning... Wow! Not very intelligent. I mean, come on, I have to show that off. I even done it twice. But after the second one, I went straight for the laser gate and see what's behind it, and I see the orange key and the hammer. Since I haven't seen the wrench anywhere, I guess the only logical conclusion is that it's in the basement. And while I used the vent near the attic, Piggy decided to do the legendary skydive, which I'll explain more in the Piggy video. But of course, escaping the grasp of Piggy, going down to the basement, and we found the yellow key and the wrench. I decided to go after the yellow key first and get the key code for the escape door, but since the basement only has one exit, you kind of have to juke around the Piggy. Well, using the key code, and sadly it's silent, it used to make a noise but doesn't anymore, and we'll go ahead and get the wrench with Piggy hot on our heels. While escaping the basement, I forgot the electrical lock at the escape door, so I had to make a quick detour just to make distance from Piggy. Just remember to use the sprint ability here and there, as I use it while getting to the attic. And so walking the plank and disabling the laser gate, we have the hammer and the orange key. But first, as I want to make distance from Piggy, we do a bit of trolling and position ourselves again and have Piggy fall back to the ground floor. And I forgot to say that there's a vent in this laser gate room, and it brings to where the spawn is, and we can use it when we're back in the corner in this room. So we grab the hammer and ready to use it on the planks of wood on the escape door and the long vent. Using the hammer on the escape door and about to use it on the long vent, and then realizing Piggy was nearby, so I had to again make another quick detour, as you need to make these detours just so Piggy can stay away from you as you're just alone. After breaking the plank near the long vent, to double check that the green gears is not here, and so with that information, both the red gears and the green gears must be at the garage. And so I need to go back to the deactivated laser gate and grab the orange key. While getting to the orange key, Piggy loves to get stuck at this table. I'm surprised they still do this 5 years later. But I used my sprint ability to quickly get up to the attic, grab the orange key in the laser gate room, and then quickly go back down to where the orange door is. While doing that, Piggy skydived a second time, and just to tell you, that's very rare. And so I had to sprint away and do the detour again. Unlocking the orange door and enter the garage, my theory was correct. Both the red gears and green gears are down here. And just a heads up, there's only one exit in this garage. So I waited for Piggy to get down here and loop them round this car here. Well, I say car. And then sprint towards the long vent and make incredible distance. By the way, you can hide in the long vent for forever if you want. That's if you're a massive coward. Putting the green gears in and trying to get the red gears, Piggy decides to show up and ambush me. Of course, use the well to avoid the pitch, and I decided, okay, let's get the gun. And so grabbing the purple key from the kitchen, fun fact, you can actually jump through this window here, and Piggy cannot, which is stupid, especially if you are the player Piggy. Anyway, unlocking the purple safe, and a bullet being literally right there, and have the gun loaded, and grabbed a second bullet, and Piggy is waiting for me at the door. By the way, this is a bug, and all you have to do to get Piggy unstuck is to go near him. After getting Piggy unstuck and shooting them, I'm going to sprint to the red gears, and for some reason putting the gun in a weird place. To be honest, I don't know what I was thinking here, but I gone through the garage, grabbed the red gears, put it in the yellow safe for some reason, and then quickly go back and grab the gun and get the third bullet. Seriously, I don't know what was going through my head here. I wasted an entire minute while doing this. But hey, at least I get to use all 17 items in this map. And while doing that, realizing Piggy is still stuck. And so I pay them a friendly visit with a lovely gift of a bullet to the face. And so getting close and getting rather close, slamming the door in their face, and shoot them to give them 20 seconds of time out. Just enough time to get the red gears in the gearbox. And going through the long vent and accidentally pressing the sprint button, put the red gears in the gearbox and the white key appears. Now it's time to escape. Using the white key on the escape door, and that's how you beat Chapter 1, The House.
What in the wood was that thing? It looked so familiar, yet I've never seen anything like it before. Not to mention the fact that it tried to attack me. I need to go get some help from the station.
That's chapter 1. And so, how do you like this video? A lot more better than my previous videos, right? But also, I apologize for taking so long to upload this. Mostly experimenting and getting sources, like music, sound effects, and getting back into Moon Animator, which that's how I made that little animation with Piggy. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting this video to be over 25 minutes long, but as well I gotta get all that information out in this video of course, especially the intro. And so, there's probably some mistakes and or things you might not have liked in this video. And if you do have a problem, please put a comment down below. Criticism is allowed. And so, what's next? Well, another poll, which will be pasted tomorrow when this video uploads. So get ready to see it, and remember to vote, as even one vote can make the biggest difference. And with that, thank you for watching. Remember, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will say join the Discord server, but I still haven't got it done yet. I should probably get that done. And bye. Have a great time. Also enjoy this new outro.